I'm very concerned right now because, anybody who's watched Kitco knows that America became the power in 1944 with the Bretton Woods Agreement. And then this dollar became the reserve currency of the world. In other words, the dollar was as good as gold. That's all changed. And today we're in serious trouble globally, and I'm very concerned. The end of the American empire is here. I started investing in silver when I was 17 years old. So today, I pat myself on the back. I probably have more gold and silver than most of the experts here, because that was 60 years ago. And this is the problem. The average person, American or whatever, they think this is money. This is fake. This is real money. And I tried to tell them, I said, probably 10 years from now, this will be $10. But Americans and most people in the world, because they went to school, they work for money, they save money, they get out of debt. They don't understand why, because no financial education in schools, which is why I wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. But they know something's wrong. That's why Rich Dad Poor Dad said we don't save money. I save this, and I save this, and I save silver dollars. This is a buffalo. I save real money. I spend this stuff for this. I learned more about entrepreneurship as a mining, a junior miner, pitching this little gold deal. I grew up here in Vancouver. I heard more BS, more deals, more things. But mining is one of the toughest industries there is because there's so many moving parts to it. And what's happening now, from what I understand, is people are not investing in gold mines. The message I want everybody to hear is the world is finding out that this is fake. It's not fiat, it's fake. Do not invest in anything that can be printed. Buy apartment houses. I only own apartment houses. Your greatest asset is not this or this. The greatest asset is between this here and this here. And to be good at gold, you better understand the world. This here is global money, it's silver. So today I'm learning about lithium and silver and copper because it's resources. The trouble is our school system has brainwashed us to thinking this is money. So that's why this is not fiat, this is fake. And what's wiping people out today is they think this is real and this is fake. I'm baby boomer. Trump and I we wrote 2 books together. So the baby boom caused a boom. So my generation, the boomers, is at 46 to 64. We had the easiest of any generation in history. So I graduated from the academy in 1969. You buy a house, it goes up. You put your money in the stock market, it goes up. So the boomers have only known boom. They caused it. Do you know what I mean? But now as the boomers retire, the baby busts. And that's my warning to all the boomers. And the reason they put money into the stock market, because my generation's parents, my mom and dad didn't trust the stock market because the market crashed in 29. So they had to find a way, Wall Street did, to get my generation, the boomers, into the stock market. Real estate went up, and now the bust has started. I don't trust stocks, and I don't trust bonds. I'm not Republican or Democrat, but I don't listen to what politicians say, I watch what they do. So as soon as Biden got elected, his first act was to take off the Keystone XL pipeline. So I sell oil. I have oil wells, I have real estate, I have gold mines because I'm an entrepreneur. The price of oil went from $30 a barrel when Biden came in, to $130 a barrel. Inflation went through the roof. The middle class came down. You see, when you raise inflation, he was killing. When he took, you pumping gas in your SUV, your mom and pop, you got 2 incomes making $100K a year. What gas goes from what to what? He caused, or his group caused the inflation. And as we're talking, the debt ceiling has to be raised again. So now our debt has gone from 30 trillion to 31.4 trillion. That means they have to print more of this. Energy drives civilization. So when you're standing there pumping gas into your car, it affects food, it affects everything. He says the next thing he did was he pulled us out of Afghanistan. he left American troops behind. But when he did that, Saudi Arabia shifted sides. They shifted from selling us oil to doing business with Russia. And that's why I'm an advocate of gold and silver, not this. I don't invest in anything they can print. I don't invest in this, stocks, bonds, ETFs. I'm an entrepreneur. I start gold mines, I start oil wells. I invest in cattle, Wagyu cattle. You know why? Because every time the cattle, that the Wagyu bull breeds, I get cash flow. I trust the Wagyu cattle more than Joe Biden. As a Marine Corps pilot, I've killed a lot of people. And so what I see going on in Ukraine, my heart bleeds. I grew up on the island of Hawaii, the big island. And I saw an atomic bomb go off. And the paper described it exactly. It said it looked like somebody poured blood in the sky. So when you talk about possibility of nuclear war and all that, I think the reason it's easy to talk about it is you haven't seen it. It's really tossed around. Oh, it's a possibility of nuclear war. They don't know what they're talking about. I am a U.S. Marine. I'm a ring knocker. It means I went to the academy. I'm as hardcore military as it can come. I do not like where we're going. We're cruising for war to end the problem of this here, just because of fake money. There's one more thing, is today they talk about homelessness. It's exploding. And people say it's because they're on drugs or they're mentally deranged. But there's a whole classification of homeless, well, working homeless. Because this is so abundant, they can't afford a house. So they're working, they live in their cars with their kids and all this. They're not drug dealers, they're honest, hardworking people. But when Nixon took this, which is gold, off the gold standard, this became fake money. And fake money has always led to war and depression. Why don't our schools teach us about money? That's more important than sexual bending or critical race theory.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's garbage what they're teaching kids. In financial education, there's fundamental trading and technical. Technical is the up and down. So when I saw Bitcoin go to 20,000, I don't know what it was. Then it dropped down to $1, so what's toast? But then it came roaring back. So when it hit 6,000, I bought 60 Bitcoin at 6,000. I think today it's at 20,000. So the reason people buy Bitcoin is the same reason I buy this, is I don't trust this. It's the same reason. But that's the story of rich dad, poor dad. My poor dad, PhD from Stanford, Northwestern, University of Chicago. He knew nothing about money. My rich dad never went to college, but he did know this was real and this is not real.